So, now that my camera has basically been refueled, we will continue with our travels through Kelnov. We're playing Runebound, and the expansion that we're playing with is the Avatars of Kelnov. We're over here. We have leveled up 3 times. If we level up 1 more time, it means that we have to get rid of all of the yellow challenges. So let's just switch out my glasses and put on the reading glasses that I can actually see what's going on, because that usually helps. And before I forget it, because I get this question all the time, the glass beads do not come with the game. I got them myself. Okay, so let's think. Let's try and go to this yellow challenge. We are fully healed. We have 2 really good allies. And we would need a swamp, which we have, and a river, which we also have. So we go here, and let's see what challenge we get. And we get a path of refuge, which we have to put aside, because when we get a special card we have to draw from the Kelnov one. A destiny foretold. It is said that one hero before the blessed time will suffer alone, but that later, as all the rest of the land suffers, he alone will walk unscathed. Test spirit, resist, and the number to beat is 14. We have a 6 base, and we roll a 6. That's not enough. If you succeed, take this card in place. If you fail, nothing happens. So this one goes away, but we have to draw another card then. Okay, calling down the inferno. Vorakesh seeks... Oh, sorry, we have to put this away as well. Sorry, when we draw these, we have to draw this one. Fires of Faith. The priests of Kelos have turned to one of their most ancient rituals to protect their faithful, the cleansing of fire. Will you suffer the fire's embrace? If you take this card, your hero takes 2 wounds. You also receive a vision and learn that 9 of the All-Father's darkest servants, the Avatars, were banished along with him. While you have this card, you may ignore the effects of the following 3 yellow events. The rivers will teem with life, the fallen will be reborn, and lightning will bless the land. Discard this card if a blue event is put into play. Well, let's just do it, because I have never played with this expansion, so we'll just see what happens. Okay, so now we take 2 wounds, and we have to try this again, because we're still facing this challenge. Okay, Ferox on the prowl. A Ferox is stalking the local rooftops, and it's up to you to stop it before it kills again. Before combat, test climb to hunt down the Ferox. If you succeed, the Ferox melee damage is 0 the first round of combat. Okay, let's see. Our base value is 3 for this one. And we roll a 10. That's enough because it's only 13, so he doesn't do any damage in the melee phase. What we're now going to do is we're going to test jump. And we have 12, 15, and if we reach 16, so that didn't work. So we just take a... so that didn't work, so now we're going to take another to see if we can do anything, and that didn't work either. So we're really not good in the pre. So let's see, who's going to attack him in ranged? Silverjack. And Silverjack completely fails, so Silverjack takes 1 wound. Now it's melee, where he does no damage whatsoever, but Sister Celia will try and see if she can inflict any damage, and with 15 she can't, so now it's us, and we roll... Oh, actually... Yeah, so we roll 12, which is enough, so he takes 1 wound. No, 2 wounds. Let's see if Mr. Jack can do anything. For 11, 13, he does do 1 wound. So the Ferox is dead. We take this yellow challenge marker and we gain 3 gold. What we do is we go back to town because we need to heal. So we're going to roll 2 dice, which means we get back 2 of our fatigue. We are in Nerechal. We have to check what happens at the end of our turn. At 12, nothing. So in Nerechal, first of all, we roll a die. And we get a wood and a river. Wood and river. Shadow Academy Stronghold. You may draw and discard yellow cards until you draw a challenge. It has +2 wounds, but is worth +2 rewards. And the river gives us into the sewers. You delve below the city in search of the Shadow Academy. Test hide 17, succeed, and you gain a green experience gem. Okay, we'll try. So we need to roll a 17 in total. We have 4, so we need 13. And that's not enough. So that didn't happen, and we're not going to draw the challenges. Or do we? No, we're not going to do that because we need to heal first. So we're going to pay 3 to heal. And we still have the cults on the rise. So we're going to try this again. And we succeed, so we have credit of 3. We're going to draw a card for the market stack. And it is from this end, and it is a rune apprentice in Nerechal. That's over here. We actually don't have anything because we have 2 weapons and we have, yeah. There is no weapon really that we can afford. Okay. So, I just realized that these aren't even black, that these aren't even blue, they're black. I don't know where I've got black stones. I don't know where I got these from. But we'll just replace these beads with blue beads, as it should be. Yeah, there, that's better. Okay. Okay. Still staying here. It's now at 11. We need to go over here, so let's just keep walking. We have 1 river, 1 road. Okay, let's see. 10. But now we need to see if we face a challenge, and we don't. Okay, we could go here if we can make it. We would need a forest, which we have. We would need a plain, which we have, and a river, which we have. So let's see what we have here. And we draw, okay, this goes away. Fire's burning bright. Despite the efforts of heroes and the priests of Kelnov, some towns have become plagued with dangerous zealots. They worship strange and dark demigods called avatars, and they preach madness. They must be stopped no matter what the cost. Test diplomacy 18. 12, 14, 18 we pass. If you succeed, you are appointed the Justicar of Kelnov and may take this card. Discard this card at the end of your market step to claim an item or ally of cost 8 or less from the town's market stack. Then place a wound counter on the town's space. The town is now considered hill terrain and no market steps may be performed there. Okay. So we now have to draw another challenge card, and it is a question of honor. Okay, no. No. Shrine of the Ancients. You hear of a shrine atop a jagged bluff. If you can climb it, you will learn much about the signs that were foretold. Test climb. 17, yes. If you fail, discard this card. If you succeed, take this card. You learn the tale of the All-Father, whom Kelnov banished long ago so the world would be safe from his wrath. You also learn 3 signs. While you have this card, you receive a +4 bonus to skill tests made in response to the following 3 yellow events. The rivers will teem with life, the fallen will be reborn, and the lightning will bless the land. Discard this card if a blue event is put into play. And now we also have the Fires of Faith, so whenever these come into play, it'll be really good. So let's draw another one. Here we are. Lord Vorakesh, woohoo! The mad necromancer Lord Vorakesh has devoted himself and his followers to resurrect Margath, the long-dead dragon High Lord. All phases, for each wound Vorakesh inflicts, he also inflicts 1 fatigue. Okay, so first of all, we're going to take 1 fatigue to test jump. 7, that's not enough. Okay. Then we're going to take 1 fatigue to test magic. And we pass, so he takes 1 wound up front. Whoops. Then Silverjack is going to attack for 13, and that's enough. So he inflicts 1 wound. And then Sister Celia is going to attack. And she rolls 15, 18, so he's dead. So we first of all get this yellow token. We receive 2 gold. And in addition to all this, we also receive a market card. And if it's an sorry, that's the wrong stack. If it's an artifact, it's an artifact, a relic. When you draw a green or yellow challenge, you may place it beneath this card instead of resolving it, then draw another adventure card. If you draw a green or yellow challenge on a later turn, you may discard it and replace it. No more than 1 challenge may be beneath this card at any time. Yeah, okay. We can always sell it. Okay, so now it's the end of this turn, and the threat track advances. So, anything below 8, even it stays, odd it leaves, even it stays, even it stays, this one, even it stays, okay. Geflügelte Klinge. Stays. Stays. Leaves. Stays. Stays. Leaves. Lightning mace, leaves. Leaves, stays, leaves, 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 okay, and Sir Lauren leaves. So now we get to replenish them. Okay. I think we're going to go to Vinyl Vale and going to get the Delvers of the Deep as an ally and discard Silver Jack instead, because they are more powerful than he is. Yeah. Oh, we could go here, because here we've got, no, that's 8 or less, Tarek Wyvern Rider. No, actually we're going to go to Nanachol, because here we've got Tarek Wyvern Rider, whom we can't afford, unfortunately. Because he would be really cool. Yeah, we're going to get the Delvers of the Deep. Okay. Road. Road. River Watch. Road and road. Let's see if we meet a challenge, and we don't. So now we're going to roll one more time. Actually, I'm here. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what happens. We roll a die. Anointed, you and all your allies are healed of all your fatigue, which is brilliant. Holy Day, the market is closed, but you may seek healing as normal. Woohoo! So we're going to stay here for 1 round. And we're going to then discard this card to gain this ally, Delvers of the Deep. Silver Jack leaves us, and we're going to place a token on here. This is now a mountain. Okay. 6. And then we're going to go here. One. We can't. Or we can maybe. So this would be a hill. So we've got a river. We don't have hills. Yeah, we can't go any further, so we have to check the track if we meet anyone. And for 13 we don't, just about lucky. Let's see if we're luckier now. Yes, we have one hill. We have one road and we have one water. Okay, yeah, we can make it. Let's see what we draw. Pharaoh's legions. Vorakesh needs armies to prepare the way for Margath, so he turns to the ancient battlefields where he raises the fallen from the dragon wars. These undead soldiers now march under Sir Pharaoh's command. He's got 4 health. So first we're going to test jump. (12), 15, we managed this. We take 1 fatigue and he takes 1 wound. Then we're going to take another fatigue and we're going to test spirit for 12, 14, 18. That's enough, so he takes another wound. Then the Delvers of the Deep are going to attack for 14, 17. And they kill him. We take 4 gold. And we receive 1 marker. And now we're going to level up. And we're going to level up our spirit 1 more time. Then we're going to make change. And now all of the yellow challenges that still remain on the board go away. Now we need to check 15. So we're close. We now need to move really quickly because we don't have much time. We will have to start working on the red challenges. Market anything below 12 is now fair game. Stays. These are all under 12 or 12, so this one goes away. Stays. Stays. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Stays. Stays. Goes away. Oh no, this one stays because it's 15, so no, nothing wrong here. Let's see. It goes away. Stays. 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 Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Goes away. Okay. So we're here, we need to start on the red challenges. There is no other way. We can't get to any of them because we don't have any mountains. We could go here, river. Swamp, river, wild card. So we sit here. Let's see if we meet anyone. Blue challenge. We don't. We can't get there. Hill. Nope. Do we meet anyone? We don't. So we're just going to take one move. We don't even have to roll, and we're going to draw a red challenge. Just for good measure. Avatar of Rage. Before combat, test mind. (13, 15, 17). We fail, but we can roll again because we've got the Delvers of the Deep, and they can also take a test challenge for us. And they roll a 13, so that doesn't matter. If you fail, activate all of your items immediately with no effect. Their card text has no effect during this combat. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to discard this card, and we inflict 1 wound. Then we're going to test our spirit, and we succeed, and we do 1 more wound. Then we are going to, the Delvers of the Deep are going to attack in ranged combat. For 14, 17, that's enough. They do 2 points of damage. Then Sister Celia is going to take 1 fatigue. I need a fatigue marker. Which allows her to add +2 to her attack rolls. And she rolls 17, 22, so she does 2 points of damage, and this Avatar of Rage is dead. You become the Avatar of Rage. Take this card. It now reads, before combat, activate to cause all participants in this combat to inflict +2 wounds in a combat phase of your choice. Very nice. These yellow ones go away because we're not drawing any more yellow cards, and this one goes away as well. We take this, and we're going to use it immediately to level up and give us 1 more life point. So we're now at 5 life. Okay. We're going to go north, and we're going to roll only 3 dice that we get some fatigue back. 1, 2, 1 fatigue, 1 fatigue. There's nothing else we can do because we don't have the relevant terrain dice, so we're going to roll. 15. This means we move on. And essentially we have to roll for all of them now. So goes away, stays, stays, goes away, stays, goes away, stays, 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 stays. So let's do this one on the top. He stays. This one stays. So it goes away. Stays. Goes away. Stays. So we draw 1. Okay, let's move on. We're rolling 3 dice. Plains, water, water. We're now at full fatigue. Let's see. Nothing happens. Do we meet someone? We don't. We roll 3 dice to get our fatigue back. Oh, sorry, we don't have any fatigue that we're, okay, so then we're going to roll 5 dice. Yeah, and that's enough. We have a river, we have a wood. So let's draw a card. Avatar of Death. Magic. Each magic phase, choose either one of your allies if you have any, or your hero. That character must test strength 16 or be immediately killed or knocked out. Okay. We're going to use the Avatar of Rage. We're going to activate it, so we do +2 in a combat phase of our choice. All participants in this combat inflict +2 in a combat phase of our choice. First of all, we're going to test jump. And we roll 15, no, we roll 14, 16, 17, 19. We inflict 1 damage. Then we're going to expend 1 exhaustion. And we do another up front using spirit. Then the Delvers of the Deep are going to attack in ranged. And they're going to do 2 additional points of damage. And they roll a 19. So they do 4 points of damage, and this guy's toast. We take this, and we're going to level up immediately and give ourselves 1 additional life point. So we're now at 6 life. And it's the end of the round. And 7, the game isn't over yet, so we have to go here. We have fatigue, so we will roll only, we will roll all 4 dice. We have a river. We have a plain. We have another plain. And that's all we can do. $15, not yet. Do we meet anyone? No. Roll 4 more dice, or this time we're going to roll 3 dice to get 1 fatigue back. Okay, and also the blue challenges go away because we're now facing red ones, so... we can move 1. 10. Do we meet anyone? No. So we're just going to not roll and just move here. Or we are going to roll, but only 3 dice. And we get our fatigue back because we rested, and we also have the required wood symbol. Avatar of Loss. All of your activate to use items and cards are considered discard to use items and cards during this combat. In order to use such cards during the challenge, you must discard them. You become the Avatar of Loss. Okay, so we would lose all of our cards if we were to use them. However, I think the winning conditions read we only need to destroy 3 avatars and then we win the game, right? All 3 avatars. Okay, if we kill her, we win the game. So it doesn't really matter. So first of all, we are going to test jump. And we would discard this card. And we roll a 12. That's enough because our jump is 2, 4, 5. So that's enough. So she takes 1 point of damage, but this card is discarded. Then we're going to, the next one doesn't require to do anything. That's just our spirit test. We have a spirit of 8. And we roll a 3 that didn't work, but that's fine. Then we're going to, oh, actually he can also roll. And that's enough because he rolled, because the Delvers of the Deep card reads, anytime you make a skill test, this ally may make the test as well using its combat values as modifiers. He rolled a 10, he has a 4, so that's 14, so we can use him to do the test with us. He doesn't have to do it for us, he can do it with us, so that worked. Next up is we are going to take the Avatar of Rage. We're going to discard it, but it means we do +2 damage. So, the Delvers of the Deep are going to attack in the ranged combat phase. And they rolled a 16, +3 is enough to hit the 17, so they do 4 points of damage, and the Avatar of Loss is killed. And we win the game. I really enjoyed that. And I think it goes to show that this game is far from easy. And interestingly enough, towards the end it did become easier. But in the beginning we had a long slog and it was not going too well. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. This was my favorite game. One of my most favorite games. And it's called Runebound 2nd edition. And I was playing with the base game and the Avatars of Kelnov expansion. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.